Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to the channel where today I'm going to take you through a Money 3 tutorial, exactly how you can buy, install, and set this particular EA/robot up. We have been trading this EA now since January 2023, and there's getting a lot more hype as we have actually adjusted and tweaked it, so we are getting some extremely good results out of it. We have a lot of our viewers now asking us if they can help us both to buy it and also to set it up in here. And that's why basically we are making this tutorial here today to make sure it is very, very easy for you to get through all the different steps that you need to, even though that you can be a beginner, a novice in here. It doesn't really matter. We will make sure that you get through it all the way to the end here. And obviously some of the things and links that will be here will be both in the YouTube video description below, plus it will also be on our website itself, which is here. And we also have always links in there. And if you are using our link, it will basically provide you with a bit of a bonus of 5%. Plus you will get the coupon code here also through this video. So make sure that you watch it all the way to the end. And obviously it will also be a great bonus to us because you will be supporting the channel by using our link. But on top of this, we will also, through this video here, show you exactly what currency pairs that you should trade. And we also have a couple of videos at the end here that we will show you that really will help you get a very good start on this particular EA to make sure that you're getting some of the same great numbers as we have had here now for the last couple of months. This here is our recent basically high risk setup, one of basically 4 we have within the website itself that we have. FX Blue and MQL5 here has shown this one to have a profit of 29% just in the last 4 weeks that we've been trading this one here. Profitable trades are up at 93.5%. Yes, you heard right. Maximum drawdown is just above 8%, and then maximum deposit load is about 11%. So overall, it looks really, really good. And as you can see in the beginning, the first week we traded, winners was 93%, the second week 80%, and the last couple of weeks it has been 100%. So definitely it is going quite well for this particular one. And also our medium risk and the low risk ones, we have now managed to adjust them so we know exactly how they operate. Now the tutorial itself, we're gonna go through everything. So we have already shown you where to buy this particular one here. We will also go through the user manual. There is some particular things that you need to be aware of. You will have a user manual and obviously you will get the program. So we will show you also how you can install the program on the MT4 platform here. And then also how you can actually add it to the individual charts. And then we're going to discuss also the risk and the lot size itself. Plus, at the end of the day, you will get an additional bonus apart from the 5% of the robot here with the best currency pairs that we are trading and has actually proven to be extremely profitable, as you could see on the chart here. Now, the user manual is quite simple and straight to the point here. There's not too many pages overall. But in the beginning, there is a couple of important recommendations in here that you should read through. And one of the first things is basically the broker you have to choose. Everybody has their preferred brokers in here, but one of the things that we have found out very, very quickly is that this Money 3 EA is very broker sensitive. It doesn't work on every single broker. You can, of course, try it with your own broker if you want to, but basically start it off on a demo account. You should always do that in the first place to make sure that you got everything right. But we have been trying this one out on the Blaze market, and we have compared it also up against the developers ones, Leap FX here, and we get similar results. So definitely this is one of the ways. There is a link in here, as you can see, to make up and set up an account. And the next part here is also you should set up an account with the MetaTrader 4 and then also choose the leverage. We trade it on minimum 1 to 200 or 1 to 500. That is normally the range here. You can see the developer says somewhere between 1 to 200. It's entirely up to you and how much risk you want to take at the end of the day. Account type to use also here, they are recommending the Pro account as preferred one. They can still have the standard accounts work, send the micro accounts also, but normally you will find that the spread is a bit bigger, so you might actually have a reduced profit at the end of the day. Minimum required deposits, they say, is somewhere between $300 to $500. But again, the preferred part would be somewhere around $1,000 to $2,000 minimum in order just to have a bit more safe risk and a bit of margin for your trading. Apart from this, there's another part, and that is also extremely important. You have to use a VPS. That is one of the things. You can, of course, use your own PC or laptop, but you have to be sure that you have power to that particular one. So at least from Monday to Friday here. So if you are trading the Forex market, definitely that is a must. And also you need to have an extremely stable internet connection. Otherwise, we will recommend you that you set up a VPS section here. We run all our robots on VPSs, and we also have some links for that on our website itself if you should be interested. Otherwise, LeapFX will also give you some options here. And then if somebody wants to install and set up the money tree for you, actually the FX also makes sure that you can actually have some help and assistance. And there's also a link in here that you can click at the end of the day if that should be necessary. And then one part that they also mention here, don't forget to activate the money tree in the members area. So for your LeapFX account itself, make sure that you get your broker MT4 account number. So that is needed. So with your login number. And then don't forget, you also only get the one account per license at a time. So apart from this, these are the major things. And the next part is the money tree, and this is the manual itself that covers the installation, and we will also go it through live here. But let's just have a quick look through the steps. MT4, you have to click the tools, the option, and the expert advisors in here. That will open up. Bit of a section says automated trading, and one of the things that we have highlighted here also in yellow is actually allow an additional part. We use that for FX Blue, or as it says here, you can also use it for MQL5s, where you can basically follow all your trades and they can be displayed on an individual platform itself. You can follow it. You don't necessarily have to go in and see everything on your MT4 platform itself. It will also give you a lot of different details about your trading, the different percentages that you saw earlier in this video here, which is good to actually keep a track of exactly how your trading is going. Apart from this, they also mention here that you have to make sure the auto trading button is pushed and is green. Well, we'll hang on with that because that is the last thing you want to do. You want to make sure that everything else is actually running first. And that's why we just have highlighted here in orange that definitely make sure your auto trading is off until you have verified and double checked everything in there, and we'll of course show it to you. And then you have to load now also the money3 robots.ex4 file, and that has to go into the platform data folder. And again, here there's both pictures of it. This is on the top list platform. You have to click file, open data folder, and then MQL4 expert, and then place the file in there. So basically a copy paste. And it also says you can restart the MT4 platform with that. You can also just refresh it. So there's a couple of different options, and we will show you a bit more about it. You can see the navigator down here shows the expert advisors, and that's basically where it will pop up, where we have it here. So once you have restarted the terminal or you have refreshed it with the EA here, you should now see it in the navigator window. And there it is, the money3 robot itself. And from there on, you now open the windows with the MetaTrader 4 for the currency pairs that you basically need. So you open up the individual charts. And where you again go for that is something called Market Watch, where you will have a box with currency pairs on the left-hand side of the platform. And you click that particular chart. If it's not there, you can basically manually type it in. And below here is the individual currency pairs that you can actually trade. With the EA, we are trading all of them, but also again now on the medium and high risk platforms. We are trading 10 currency pairs at the moment. We started off with 8. We found out that we should actually add a few, and we have also made some adjustments, and we'll show you in those videos here a bit later on exactly how that was done. And then just be aware that some brokers have a suffix to the pairs, for example, Euro USD Plus or Euro USD .pro, things like this can be on some of the individual broker. Next part is make sure that the time frame is correct. So this particular EA is running on 15-minute charts. So all charts has to be set up for 15 minutes. And basically it's a one-time thing you have to do at the end of the day. Once that is done, you can then drag the Money3 robot to each of the charts that you have opened up here. So basically go to the expert advisor and drag them on. And once they are in place, you will now have a box that will come up, and you'll see that also here. So enable status, allow live trading, allow DLL imports, and allow imports of external experts. Those are the things that has to be marked up in order to make sure that the EA works correctly. The next part that will show up here also under inputs, and it is a bit different from the manual than what it is now. We have a different picture of that, but this is your receipt. So this is basically, again, the number you have within the LeapFX account that you need to enter here, and then you need to enter your email part also, and then the lot size, and the lot size we'll just get back to a bit later here in the video also. So after that, it basically says now everything is loaded properly, and then basically the Money3 robot with the smiley emoji, that is if we have enabled the trading. So, but we will not do that, but we will show you exactly how that goes down. And then it says once the smiley is on, the configuration is finished, and you can run it 24/7. Well, because all of the currency pairs that you have here is part of Forex, it's actually not 24/7, it's 24/5. Forex is only traded normally between Monday and Friday, depending on where you are in the world. Now the next part is our lot sizing, and again in here we also started off with individual lot sizing. You can see on the top part here, if you have $500 or less, then depending on how you want to trade, low, medium, or high risk, the lot size is there. If you have 1 to 2,000, you can then go at a higher lot size at the end of the day. Or as we have down here, we had our first account set up with $10,000. You can basically double up the lot size as they are saying in here. And that is also what we have done on some of the accounts. There's a few more EA settings on this particular one than you will see in the manual itself. And you will have again the top part on the code where you have to put that in. You also have the email that you have to add into the EA. And then you have sell order comments, buy order comments that you can actually change if you want to call it something else than Money3. So be it, it will just show up. So it's easier to basically have a look at which one is. If you are running multiple EAs on the same account, which we definitely do not recommend, run Money3 on its own account. It makes a whole lot more sense and easier to control at the end of the day with any open positions. Lot sizing, again, here depends on how much risk you are willing to take and how big of account you have. Later on, as I mentioned here, you will be familiar with a couple of videos that we have made where we are talking about the lot sizing and the risk. So definitely go and watch those. Stop loss balance is set at 30 in this particular case. That means 30%. And again, that has something to do with the risk that you want to take in here. And if it's set at 30%, that means that once you go in a drawdown of 30%, let's say you have an account of $10,000, if that goes down into minus 3,000, it will close all the open orders, reset itself, and then be ready to trade once more. Now you have an account size of 7,000, so obviously be aware of what size and what is your limitations for the stop loss balance in here. And then you have the max orders, how many open trades can you have at the time. Again, it very much depends on how many different currency pairs that you are willing to trade on it, and you can actually make that less or you can make it more. It all depends on what type of risk strategy that you are working with. So let's go and do this now on a VPS platform for the MT4. So for the purpose of this tutorial here, we have actually just set up a brand new account. So as it would normally be, this particular one is from IG, but the Blaze Broker would be very similar and very similar setup also. All MT4 platforms are. The first part you will get is a little notification basically saying in your mailbox down here, there's a registration details, things like this, that you can go and have a closer look at. And if you have funded your account, you will also see that currently there is a balance of 10,000 US in this particular case, and equity is also 10,000. So that is straightforward. Now there's obviously a couple of things that we're going to make sure of. We make sure that the auto trading itself is off. We don't really want that to run as it is right now. And then it's about just setting up a couple of details. So first of all, we like to make a few changes here. Normally it's entirely up to you. We have the market watch, which we're going to need. We will expand a bit on this one so we can see all the different currency pairs. If you are missing currency pairs, you can basically go in here and have a look at, let me just move this one over. And that one you can then put in. If you are missing some details in here, you can add them down here, and any new currency pairs that you are interested in. And that is the first part. The second part that we will do is just make sure that we only have one chart open, or we can continue to have none open here. For now, go first part to tools, into options, and we will see some details and login in here. One of the first things, enable news, take this particular one off. Then we have charts in here and the Marks bar history. We change that to 5,000 because otherwise it simply takes up too much space. And part here we have objectives, nothing changed, automatic trading, one-click trading. You can always use that one if you want. In here we have automated trading, and we normally take these ones off. Disable automated trading when account has been changed. We don't want that. We can have this particular one on here, and this one here is if you have a FX Blue account or you have a MQL5 account that you will then want to list and basically track, you need to put in the URL address in here. So basically as it is here, www.mql5.com, or it could be the FX Blue one. Notifications in here, you can have push notifications. We prefer not to have anything at all on these. Events, we also take all the different events and noises off at the end of the day. And if you want to register with MQL5 community at the end of the day, you can do so. And that is basically the first part of just making sure that things are set up right. Now we want to have the expert advisor loaded. At the moment you can see we have the MACD sample and the moving average, so obviously that is not going to help us very much. So let's go and find it, and we'll take it out of a folder. So in this particular case we have our manual here, and we have the .ex4 file basically for the Money3. And you click on it, right click, and then basically you copy it from here. You go to the file section up here, click to the data folder, click the MQL4 and on expert, and basically right click with the mouse button, and now you add paste in here, and you can now see that that has been added into it. So that is what we wanted. Obviously, you can still not see it here, so either you can restart the platform itself, or as we do here, basically right-click again and then click refresh. So that now means that the Money3 is basically up and running, so it has been loaded on the platform. And all you have to do is now figure out which currency pairs that you want to trade. Let's say we want to trade the Euro USD. Again, we click on the market watch and we have Euro USD. We open the chart window in here, and basically you can see it starts off with a 1 hour chart. We want to make sure that this one here runs on the 15-minute chart only. And if you want to change it in the candlestick, you can change it up here. And if you want to plus or minus, so you can see the individual graph, you can do that, and also expand it to the entire screen. And again, there's also here, scroll to the chart to the end of the tick incoming, which is basically ends up here. Or if you want to give it a bit of space, those are normally the details that you would need in here. So now that you have the first ones up, you have set the timeline for it. So on the 15-minute chart, you now want to make sure, again, the auto trading. So we want to take that one off. We don't want anything to start up here as of right now. And then you have the money tree. You can either drag it on here like this, or you can, again, right click on it and then attach to a chart. And at the end of the day, you'll see the money tree. You'll see the version in here. And if we click on the comments section, you will make sure that these two are set up. And also here for the live trading, those has to be set up here. But we are taking this one off right now. So just to show you. Now in here, you will have your individual code. So make sure you put your code in here and make sure also you put your email in there. And then the sell order comments, you don't really have to change anything at all. You can just leave it like this. For the lot size itself, you again click on it and you can make adjustments to it, whatever you want. Stop loss balance, the same here. If you don't want to go with the 30%, you want to go with 20. Again, you simply go in and click it, and max orders the same way. You also go and set this particular one up. And then at the end of the day, it will tell you okay. So in this particular case, obviously it says invalid license here, and we don't have a checkpoint over here because we have auto trading off, but that is basically what it looks like. So let's go and have a look at the real account and what it looks like when you have the right license. So we quickly jumped over to the high risk account that we have. And as you will see here, basically have 10 accounts set up already. So all what we did was we started off with one account here. So in this particular case, it was the Euro USD that we set up as just as a trial. But basically you do the same over and over again, drag over a new chart from the Market Watch, and then go to the navigator and then add the money tree in here for as many as you need. And as you can see, all of them here is running, of course, on the M15, so the 15-minute time frame itself. And also, let's go back and you can see that the setup was the emails, everything else. This is the lot size that we are using for the high risk account. And we actually started off this particular one with a $5,000 account. Stop loss balance is set to 20, and then max orders at 6 for that particular time here. And what we have done is obviously allow trading, enable alert, and these other buttons that are here, you can see the same details are in. And all you have to do is click the button itself. Now what will come up here, it will say the license is valid, so the one that you have put in. And then it will also have a smiley one. It will tell you the money tree robot down here. And if it's not the correct one, then go back and have a look at your individual account to make sure that you have the right number in there, especially also if you copy paste, there sometimes is a bit of a space that you not always can see. And after that, things will be up and running. And you now need to basically, when you have all the currencies up, we do suggest a special thing because the money tree is a bit of a aggressive, or can be aggressive in the beginning when you add new currency pairs to it. And that would be to put the lot size all the way down to 0.01. At least just put that on in the beginning. And that means that once you start the trading, you push the auto trade button here. Sometimes the EA will set a lot of trades in the beginning, and that can be a bit scary. So use the smallest lot size you can in the beginning until everything is closed, and from there on you can then adjust the lot size so you can do the trading that you actually want to. But again, we encourage you to start off and testing this, of course, on a demo first. And if you want to clean everything up afterwards, you can close all the navigator parts down and then set it up nicely for you so you have an easy overview. If you want to go back and add different currency pairs later on, you can put in, the view here, and you can have Market Watch added, and you can also have the navigator added. They are now popping up again. And you can see that even the FX Blue publisher is also one that simply just goes on the chart itself, and you can add and get all the details set over there. So that's as simple as things can be for you. And now you are basically trading. So as you can see, the Money3 is a very simple EA robot to set up. And basically once you have done the initial part, then you don't really have to do much more. It's a set and forget robot, but obviously there's a few more things to it, and that's exactly what I promised you here also to look into, because this particular video that we have on the screen here is one of the videos that you might want to have a closer look at in order to fully understand how you can unlock the Money3. So once you are trading, that is good. Use the sensible settings, especially in the beginning, and then have a look at these particular videos here where I'm actually increasing the win rate all the way up to 95%. And on the next video here, we go a bit deeper and we both take a look at the developers' numbers in the past, plus we looked at our own numbers here also, and figure out exactly how we can find the 10 best currencies to trade. And that is why we also have such a high win rate. As you can see, in the last couple of weeks, we have 2 weeks of 100%. So basically no losses at all in here. And that was this video is all about. It's going to go through all the history that we have and show you exactly why we have picked these particular ones. So this is obviously an extra goodie for you in here, that when you have bought the EA, then you can actually fine tune it. You can actually squeeze more profit out of it, and hopefully also take some of the bad trades away for you overall. So these two, there will be links also in the video description below. You can also find them on our website. Of course, we keep everything there just for you to have a quick look at, easy overview. And that's what you have in here, where we have the normal settings, and you have the IG, which basically trades all the different currency pairs in here, which it doesn't do very well because remember I told you it is broker sensitive. So only use the Blaze broker. And for that, we actually have the low risk in here, so which is at the top part. And then we have the Money3 optimized, which is now running both the medium and high risk in here. And you click on those particular links, it will take you to the FX Blue site. And from there, you can see all the individual trades, and you can also see the lot size we are using. You can see our account size. You can see every single trade that is being taken by the robots from everything we set up through our VPS service in here. And we also promised you a coupon code. So to basically stay with us through this particular video here, give you a 5% discount. So make sure that you use our link. So to support this channel, please. And then use the BOYTFR in here to give yourself also a 5% discount, because it is a bit on the steep side, of course, this EA. But as you can also see here, that if you can manage to set up the robot in such a way that you maybe can produce around 15 to 30%, depending on your risk appetite itself, then definitely it will pay itself off very, very quickly again. But don't forget that this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. This is simple for your information. We are showing you our basically journey with the Money3 itself, and that goes all the way back to January 2023. And basically we are just sharing our experience with this particular robot because it didn't start off too well. But as we understood the EA and how it actually works and how we could adjust it to our advantage, then definitely it has been on a roll. And as you can see, all the numbers, they certainly don't lie, both on our low, medium, and high risk accounts. So obviously, if you are already trading it and you want to use our settings, then go and have a look at those videos in here too. If you are new to it, that is basically in essence the extra bonus. But as always, make sure that you start off with demo accounts and test your skills and experience out on that particular one first. And that's what we had for you in this particular video. If you like this tutorial, please give us a thumbs up, a like, and maybe also a comment if you already have some experience with the EA, or if you used our tutorial and you found it really good and easy to use. Then we would obviously also like to hear back from you. Until then, I hope to see you on one of my other videos. Bye-bye.